If you have a bank account, you need to watch this because banks are freezing accounts overnight.
Local man says for more than a month he couldn't access his own money. $42,000 frozen. He says he was dealing with delays and unclear answers from the bank. Jim Gibson says he was stunned when Chase Bank suddenly locked him out of his account, blocking him from money he needed to pay bills and cover living expenses.
An email from Chase informing me that my account had been suspended with no explanation.
And many times these banks do not initially give you an explanation on why they froze your account. This can leave your account frozen for months and put your credit score in danger if you cannot pay your bills. Drop it in the comment section if you had your bank account frozen recently, and can you give us an idea what the bank told you why they froze your accounts? In this video, I'm going to break down why banks are freezing accounts and what you need not to do so your account do not get frozen, and how you can protect yourself just in case a bank freeze your account.
Jim Gibson says he was stunned when Chase Bank suddenly locked him out of his account, blocking him from money he needed to pay bills and cover living expenses.
I opened my Chase account on July 7th of this year.
Gibson says the mysterious freeze happened at the end of July, shortly after he took out a large sum of money.
I got an email from Chase informing me that my account had been suspended with no explanation as to why it was suspended, directing me to go to the local Chase branch.
Gibson says the teller told him Chase restricted his account to help protect against fraud. He says he never got a further explanation.
Now, I know how this guy feels because unfortunately, the same thing with my Chase account happened to me. And what happened is I was in the process of doing a real estate deal, me and my husband buying land, and I was taking large amounts of money out of my Chase account. And the day before I close, I deposit large sums of money in that account for closing. And so with Chase, they, from the deposit, thought it was some level of fraud. I also, that day, I was going to go that morning to get a cashier's check. So I transferred money over to that Chase account. And I found out that night my account was frozen, and it really sent me in a loop. So with my case, thank God that wasn't my only account. I had funds in another account, and I went to that bank in order to get the funds to close. But Chase did do this because I was making large deposits and transferring money into that account. So make sure you go in branch if you know you're doing something like I did, making large deposits, actually dealing with the teller, and let them know what you're doing so they don't freeze your accounts, because that could have blew my closing. And many of you guys might have done the same thing, and you might have found out that your account was frozen for suspicious activities.
But was told he'd receive the $42,000 in his account within 10 days.
I had $42,000 sitting in that Chase account.
Gibson says weeks later that check still hadn't come, bills were mounting up, and he panicked.
Running up a credit card balance, extremely stressful.
For this gentleman, it was good for him that he had some credit card lines that he can use in the meantime. And that's my same advice to you. You want to make sure you have different avenues that if something like this happened, you can fund yourself, and working on your credit is one of the ways that you can do that by focusing to get larger limit credit cards.
So he reached out to me. The I-team contacted Chase, and Gibson quickly got his money.
I'm extremely grateful to you, Jason, for intervening, breaking the logjam, got my money, restored all my auto debits.
Chase tells the I-team to help protect against fraud, we restricted Mr. Gibson's account. After additional review and communication, we released the funds and regret the delay in that process. For privacy and security reasons, that's all the information we can disclose. Gibson says he was not a victim of fraud when he took that money out. However, banks can freeze and restrict accounts if they believe you're a victim or if you're mysteriously withdrawing large sums of money. It's all to protect customers.
Now, that might be another tip, because Chase didn't move until he called the media. So if you're having a situation like that, you may need to call the news outlets and to get them going, because they delayed this gentleman for the longest time. But also make sure you write down names and their actual positions at Chase for everybody that you talk to, and write down your dates. But this isn't the only reason why you can get your accounts frozen. Here's another story.
And says Chase Bank refuses to give him the money he has been building up in a savings account. Donald Fugile wants this money to pay for repairs at his home. News 10's Dawson D'Amigo is investigating this story and is getting results from Mr. Fugile.
Donald Fugile is an attorney who claims Chase Bank is refusing to give him the thousands of dollars he has in a savings account. He says the money is rightfully his to take out, and he will take legal actions if they still do not allow him to withdraw it.
Besides getting angry, what else can we do? So the next step is we just going to have to file a lawsuit against the bank and find out what's going on.
According to Fugile, Chase Bank informed him the account has a hold on it for funds that he has not paid back yet. He claims neither he or his wife took out any loan.
Now, to my understanding, Chase Bank doesn't give personal loans unless you have a credit card and they convert part of that credit card to a personal loan. So I don't understand why they assume that for him and his wife.
And what's funny about that is we never took out a loan at this bank. Never. I've never gotten a loan from Chase Bank in my life. My wife hasn't gotten a loan at Chase Bank. So we are at a loss.
We made calls to Chase Bank to find answers to the situation. A few hours later, Executive Director of the Regional Media Relations, Greg Hassel, told KLFY News, quote, "Our bankers worked quickly to resolve a hold that had been placed on a savings account. We called the family to explain the hold had been removed before lunch. We are glad to get this resolved for the Fugile family," end quote. Now, Fugile says he is thankful to find out he now has access to his account and looks forward to using his funds for his family in the future.
So it sounds in his case that they actually mistaken his identity, and it could be someone with his similar name. So it's important that you always check your credit reports, and if you see any other various names that's even close to your name on your credit report, you want to make sure that you remove that. And if you see any hard inquiries or any information that's off, it's very important that you dispute that, because banks mix up information all the time and the bureaus slap that mixed up information on your credit report. And this can get you denied for credit and cause all types of problems. So with my elite credit system, users like Greg was able to remove a collection within 12 days. So if you have inaccurate information or negative accounts on your credit reports, you can sign up for my elite credit system with my AI software and my personal credit coaching. The link is in the description of the video and in the pinned comment section. And if you go to my website, download this free hard inquiry removal package for free. Now, make sure that you constantly check your credit reports so you don't have this misinformation on your credit reports. And this can also be picked up with your bank accounts that you're a fraudulent person. Also, like I said earlier, you do not want to just have large deposits going into your account. I would suggest let your bank know about that activity. If you're getting a settlement, if you're getting a large direct deposit going into your account, or if you have a large check, take it to the bank, because like I said, they froze my accounts too. And you want to make sure you're talking to a representative face to face so you can give them your ID and they can clear that money so you don't have to go through that headache. Also, don't leave all your money in one account, because God forbid, if your account is frozen and that is all your money, you don't even have enough money to eat if you don't have other lines of credit. And you want to make sure that you're building and having credit cards and large lines of credit for emergencies, just in case you cannot get access to your funds. So you want to always have a separate game plan, and one of them can be a safe at home. Make sure it's a fireproof safe and you have some cash on hand just in case your accounts are frozen. So if you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comment section. But for more detailed questions, you can go to my website and all your questions go directly to my cell phone. So I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned.